Well,
It took a while to get here, didn't it?
yeah.
You know. Do you remember when you first started?
I do.
Go
I
on.
remember.
Go on.
I remember you showing the first track to us when we were where were we? We were going to a pub
Mhm.
for a family meal. I remember you played it in the car,
That's right.
and it was brilliant.
that
It
was
amazing.
Journey. That was Journey of Regret.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original one.
And the actual reaction that I got when I was driving the car to the pub was, they're not going to like this.
Really.
But the reaction that you gave from the back of the car was quite good for me, you know, to
Gosh.
be able to say, well, at least my family likes it. And,
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Honestly, I was completely blown away because
well,
I didn't think that you'd be able to use all the equipment that you're using, because you're using a
yeah,
guitar.
but I wasn't using all that equipment at that particular stage.
Oh, okay.
It's because that was when I'd actually got just singing into the computer with the guitar and the
That's
vocal.
right. Yeah, I remember.
Right,
now.
so it was all a bit weird, and then it was Toby, wasn't it, that said you need the gear. You know, if you're gonna
The
do GarageBand, you've got to have the gear. So that was me like getting stuff off the internet, not knowing how to work any of it whatsoever, and then making my little studio to start off with, and getting things together.
Yeah.
And learning how to do that. You know, you used to come along and I used to play your stuff, and you know, you used to say to me, well, you don't have to do that, Grandpa, you can do this. And that would be just a button that you pressed that I'd never noticed was there. You know, it was that sort of thing.
I remember that.
But getting you involved was really good.
Mm.
And having, as I say, like, you know, your grandma and all that coming up and giving it their little bit, saying this is good and that's crap and all that sort of thing. But you must have felt that sort of thing as well at the same time, wasn't you?
Yeah. Well, it was. I definitely didn't feel as if I'd be able to add anything to it. But then you said that, you know, you'd love for me to come and play guitar, which I thought was
That's
really
right,
cool.
yeah.
And honestly, it was pretty amazing that you'd want me to do it, because I know you think I'm good, but I'm your grandson, so you kind of have to say that.
Do you remember the first time you saw me on stage?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that was amazing.
And how old were you?
Gosh, I was about 6 or 7.
That's right.
And I remember because I remember seeing you up there, and I remember standing up on, there were like pews or like chairs that we were sat on.
Yeah.
I remember standing up and then looking behind me and like seeing all these like women looking at me, and you were telling them all in the audience that I was there.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember.
And then
that.
you came backstage and you looked at me very strangely because you thought I was someone else.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's so nice now having done all this music with you and Toby, and also getting Little Ace in every now and again, and them all being involved. And I think if I do ever get anywhere with this album, it'd be nice to actually get the younger kids that have never actually seen me on stage or didn't realise, don't even realise now that I was someone else back then, to actually get on stage and do something so they can actually say, oh, that's what you used to do. You know? So, yeah.
Potentially,
but
that'd be cool.
you know, this studio, like Francis's place, you know, when I got involved with Francis and asked him to work with me, and he did listen to the tapes, the things that we more or less did on the GarageBand. Well, you didn't do any of it on the GarageBand,
it was all you.
but you know what I mean. The
Yeah.
the intentions were there.
Yeah, definitely.
But then actually getting to the point where I said to Francis, well, we need some guitar on this. I said, well, I've got a grandson who plays guitar. And, you know, and Francis is the type of guy to, well, bring him down. You know, let's see what he can do. What did you think about just doing that?
Me?
Yeah, on those 2 tracks.
Well, God, I definitely felt as if that I wasn't good enough to do it. Because obviously I'd been playing for a long time, but at least it was like actually doing it and actually coming down and doing is basically playing as hard as I could to get it done. It was intense for me, but I think I did good enough.
Well,
And
see, when Francis got you relaxed enough,
yes,
you know, that's what I think. That's what
I've done
recording's
stuff
all
in
about.
like studios before, but that was like because I wanted it to do it well for you, and I wanted you to like think I was cool.
Well, it worked. It worked.
Yeah, thank you.
From that, it's fantastic. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
what
ones
can
the
you
ones
say?
that we did again? What
Hearts
was
of
it?
Stone
Hearts of Stone.
and You Broke My Heart.
Yeah,
In 2.
that's right. That's the one I did the solo on, isn't it? The big
solos on both of them.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
How soon you've forgotten.
Well, it was a while ago we did them, wasn't it? And
I know,
then Yeah, I remember doing them. Though it was brilliant, and it was so interesting to watch Francis work on it, because to see him, the techniques that he was using is so different to anything I've ever done before or been a part of before.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's pretty amazing at what he does, and it sounds incredible. Like the stuff that you guys have put together is insane. Like,
But who would believe after 20 years?
I know.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
What did I say when I heard it for the first time?
Oh, that was when I played you.
What song was it?
It was The Door Is Slowly Closing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
and I remember it because I was wondering, because I'd just done it with Francis and he sent me a copy up.
Yeah.
And to me it sounded just, it sounded really, really great. And I wanted to play it to somebody straight away. So you were there, and I said, you got to listen to this. And so on my little speakers, and I thought, this ain't going to sound the same as it does in Francis' place. But then I switched it on and I sat there with my back to you, and then it stopped, and then it was all quiet. I thought, oh, he doesn't like it. And then all of a sudden you came over and you put your arms around me and you said, Grandpa, that's fucking sick. And I thought, he likes it. I understood what that meant, So we thought we called the album that, didn't we? Grandpa, he's fucking sick.
That'd be fun.
There you go. But anyway, it turned out to be something else. But yeah, that was a great moment for me.
I'm glad. I'm glad that. Because it is amazing, like it is insane what you've done.
Yeah, correct, exactly.
It's crazy. It's so good, and like I can every single one of those songs I can imagine in films. I can imagine them in like shows, and like just listening to them, it makes me feel cool as well when I'm listening to them. Because I feel like I'm in the Wild West on a horse.
Yeah.
In a dusty desert.
Yeah, but there's one thing that you mustn't forget about the whole program of making music is nobody ever does it on their own. And if you have an idea and you want it to sound better than you think you could make it, then you go to the guy that you know that can. And I really know within my own heart that if I hadn't come to Francis with this idea of making a few demos, this would never have happened. So so it's getting the people that have heart in music, to put things in it that you can't think about, that makes music better in its way.
Yeah.
But he couldn't have done that without the original idea. But there you go. Music is a partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a great experience, but I'm sure you'll do more.
Well,
right?
Hopefully. I did send a track to Francis the other day, which he likes, so that's a start.
Excellent. Yeah. That's good.
But who knows where it's going to go to?
I think it's going to be big things.
Not again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be big.